Hi everyone, this is Zubaib. In this clip, I want to share an emphasis on using instructional design models for creating learning solutions. You can create solutions for for credit or non-credit, but at the end, you need to follow a framework that can allow you to make sure that you can start and end your project. Now, there are different types of models out there under the banner of instructional design models, which from my experience can be used successfully or will require changes to make it your own. But in theory, there are models like ADDIE, backward design, which are some traditional models where in ADDIE, you analyze, you design, you implement, and you develop, and then you maintain the learning project that you're creating. In backward design, you start your development by thinking of the end result, and then you reverse engineer from that. These are used, but again, from my experience, the focus right now is more on rapid development and making sure that you're able to get away from typical waterfall models and can make changes to your learning solutions at any time of the stage. It sounds simple, but in reality, it's not. And that is why a waterfall method like ADDIE will not help you in the long run, but it at least allows you to have a framework which you have to follow. On the other side, there are agile models that you can create within your company based on how you work on the workflow with your stakeholders. And when we talk about stakeholders, the number one stakeholder is the subject matter expert that you need to work with in order to create this learning solution. And it all depends that based on the resources that you have. So if you have an instructional designer, academic technologist, or media developer, project managers, quality assurance, from the administrative course development side, and then from the administrative side of in the education, like if you're working with a school or university, you'll have the deans, the program directors, you'll have the curriculum experts as well, and you'll have the subject matter expert, which could be one person or a group of people. So there are a lot of key stakeholders that are involved, and then you have to then identify based on the workflow and the timeline that you have to develop a course, that what is the best model and how would you make sure that you can then adjust and then create solutions and then provide those rapid development iterations that you can then share with your clients in order to make sure that they can see the results as well as you move along, rather than just following a waterfall method and then trying to go back and make changes. Agile models vary. I have worked with my teams in the past to create agile models that might be different from other organizations, but it just helped us to understand. For example, we had to make sure that we develop a course or a learning solution within an 8-week development cycle. So what that will look like, how we will work with between different roles, how we will review the content and the different types of content, media, technologies that have to be integrated, all those have to be put into consideration. And then that means that we have to come up with our agile model. You follow a traditional or an agile model. The key is understanding the time frame that you have, because you don't have the luxury to develop and take all the time that you need to develop a course. For business continuity, you have to make sure that you are following a timeline and you have all the roles defined and the processes defined. You can have a traditional or an agile. In any ways, you have to make sure that you're able to follow the business needs. I hope you find this useful.